Hello everyone, welcome to Yin Yoga. My name is Vince. For this class, you'll need props like bolsters and blocks. We will start by lying down on our back, but please try to grab a block. Place it within arm's reach. As you lie down, try to feel the grounding, the connection with the earth. Notice the curve in your spine. Notice the rise and fall of the belly with each breath, as well as the reverberations as a result of the strong beating of our heart. Try to notice your arms, your legs. Do a checkpoint on your energy level at this exact moment in time. Wherever you are, whatever time you are practicing, this is your present moment. Just try to be fully here, conscious and aware of all the sensations in the body. Observant of the thoughts and the feelings that are arising. Activating your senses of smell, of sight, of feeling through the skin, the air touching the edges of your body, your sense of listening or hearing. And so many other senses and systems activated and fully alive. Can you please step your feet on the mat? Take an inhale, and then you're going to lift your hips up. And can you try to place a block under your sacrum? Your choice on the height, it can be the lowest height so that it doesn't fall over. Or if you want a bit more, then feel free to use the medium height or maybe even the tallest height. It will depend on how you have assessed your energy level and how you feel. Make sure that the block is just on your sacrum, not touching any part of the spine. And then once you find stability and support, slide your heels away from you and bring the arms up and overhead. And notice here the stretch in front of your whole body, the space in front of the hips, thighs, the compression in the lower back. Just try to relax your feet. Just try to relax your legs. Please try to soften the groin, the belly, the chest. Soften your arms, your hands. your neck and your face. Allow gravity to pull you downward. Feel the support of the block under your pelvis. Notice the calming and grounding effects of coming into this mild inversion, bringing fresh oxygenated blood into the brain. On your next breath, can you please bring the right knee closer to the chest and try to place your hands on top of the right knee or maybe the shin. Just try to bring that right knee closer to you and feel that nice stretch in front of the left thigh. Try to relax and soften. Just continue to breathe. On your next breath, slowly let go of the right knee, straighten the right leg, and then can you gently bring the left knee closer to your chest and hug the knees to your chest. Feel the stretch in front of the right thigh. Notice the sensations. Notice the calmness that is accessible and within our reach as we stay here. Acknowledge that you're close to feeling good, calm, and happy. Slowly release that left leg. Can you try to create a diamond shape with your legs? Bring the soles of your feet together. Feel this stretch, this stress in front of the thighs and the insides of the thighs. You can bring your arms up and overhead. It's like you're having a full body stretch, stretching the front of the body, the insides of the legs. On your next breath, can you bring your arms beside you, hands on the outside of the thighs, and with the help of your breath, just try to use your hands to try to bring the knees together to point towards the ceiling. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, we'll lift the hips up, we'll remove the block from under us and rest out our pelvis on the mat. Kiss the knees together, spread the feet wide apart, come into this X shape for your legs, this constructive resting pose. Place one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest. Just notice your breath. Notice the body. Can you extend your left leg? So just straighten that left leg. Can you try to use your left hand to try to guide your right leg over to the left side? We will be coming into a twist. Can you bend your left knee and your right hand reaches for the inside of that left foot? You can gaze towards the ceiling or towards the right shoulder, coming into your cat, pulling its tail. Notice the space on the right side of your body. Notice how we give the front of your left quads a nice stretch. Just release and destimulate the nervous system. Just try to relax the body and the mind. Allow yourself to just be here. Not expecting any result, not striving towards a certain goal, just really being here, present with yourself. Use this time of stillness to try to feel how we really feel, how we authentically feel. Not how we project we feel, but really being honest to ourselves. Honesty is very important. Many times these days, we notice around us, from the young to the old, it seems like people no longer mean what they say. How can we improve in being more sincere, being more real? Communicating what is really within us. Our nervous system never lies, our body language. That is what is innate in us, that trueness, that authenticity of never lying, but it gets lost along the way because of how we need to pretend to be strong, more intelligent, how we project ourselves to others and in different circumstances. Slowly, please release the left leg, and we'll gently and carefully swing the right leg back to center so that we can lie down on our back and just allow our bodies to rebound for a few moments. Just lie down here. Resting the spine, resting the hips, resting the pelvis, resting the legs. Can you try to bend your left knee, and your right hand guides the left knee over to the right side, coming into a one-legged twist. And then can you bend your right knee and the left hand reaches for the inside of that right leg, right foot. You can gaze towards the ceiling or towards the left shoulder. See if you can move the right knee further back, and that will make you feel a stretch in front of the right thigh. Once you find your edge, try to find stillness. Try to quiet your muscles, try to relax. Prolonged muscular engagement as a result of pulling, of exerting that effort to go deeper is not necessary. It is not the intent in this practice. We want to apply long static holds. We want to relax our muscles so that it's the joints that benefit from the shapes that we will be going into. It's nice to be able to find time or make time with ourselves, to get to know ourselves, to feel ourselves. To be enlightened, to grow. It's not just through our experiences that we learn in our life. We need to reflect on these experiences. We need to introspect. We need to learn. We need to gain those insights so that we progress, so that we grow, so that we cultivate wisdom. This is how experiences make us better. The experiences do not necessarily have to be to our favor or good for us to learn. Sometimes growth comes after experiencing an unfortunate event or situation, because those experiences break us open, allow us to unleash that better part of ourselves. We'll slowly let go of the right foot, the right leg. We'll straighten that right leg. And on your next breath, we'll gently swing the left leg back on the mat, and then we will lie down on our back. Notice how the body feels, the breath, the heartbeat. Can you gently please bend your knees and hug the knees to the chest? Can you bring the arms up? Bring the legs up. Can you try to reach for the shins or maybe the toes? Feel the stretch on the whole back of your legs. So earlier we did this front body stretch. This time, notice this stretch on the whole back side of the legs. And then can you try to bend your knees and bring the knees closer to the armpits. Try to grab the outsides of the soles of your feet. Come into your happy baby pose. You can also grab onto the big toes, whichever is reachable, maybe even the shins or the ankles. Just continue to notice your breath. Feel the space and the openness on the tissues of the groin and the inner legs. Can you gently bring the knees closer to the chest, hug the knees to the chest? Coming into our reclined child's pose. Just feel your body. Notice the sensation of breathing. Cool air entering the tip of your nose as you inhale. And then warm air being released through the nose. Feel your breath, your long deep breath. And feel the long release of air. Can you extend your legs up towards the ceiling? Bring the hands beside you, maybe under the pelvis. And then we'll gently allow our legs to come down. And when they're a foot away from the mat, we're going to engage our core, hinge forward. Come into seated position where there are legs in front of us. Can you try to grab a prop? It can be a bolster or two. Place those props in between the knees. We're going to fold forward, allowing our spine to round, coming into our caterpillar position. You can use as many props as needed. You can even add more props in front of your thighs, in between the belly and the legs for support. Feel free to bend your knees. If it's too much for the hamstrings, you can even step your feet on the mat. Keep the knees fully bent. That's perfectly fine. And then just see if you can slide your heels away from you. You can even support your knees with bolsters. Try to be gentle to your body and listen to the body. Just relax the arms, the hands beside you. We did this lying down, this full back stretch. Notice now how the whole back of your body is being given this stress. Feel that decompression, that release, that tension. Try to soften your feet, soften the legs, soften the groin, the back, the shoulders, the neck. Soften the face as well. Try to catch and find where you're holding any unnecessary gripping. And just replace it with softness, with relaxing. The brain is able to rest in this shape, and this is very, very good for mental balance, emotional fitness. It's good to bring balance to our body this way, to slow down, to relax, to stay still. When you find ways to dedicate quiet time to yourself, you'll notice changes, how much more connected you are to yourself. How you're able to reconcile more with yourself. Many times we're constantly running away, distracting ourselves, not giving ourselves that permission to face and connect within. In your next breath, we'll slowly use our hands to roll ourselves up. We'll place the props aside so that we can lie down on our back, and we'll just rest the spine, let's rest here for a few moments, allow our body to rebound. Can you please bend your knees, step the feet on the mat? Can you lift your hips and transfer them to the left side? Can you gently extend your legs to the lower right side of your mat? And we're going to bring our arms up and overhead. Our right hand grabs the left wrist and points our arms towards the upper right. Notice the stress, the stretch on the whole left side of your body. We're moving our spine in all the directions that it was designed for. Let back bend, forward fold, a twist, this time this lateral side bend. If you feel like crossing your ankles, you can cross the left ankle over the right leg. To try to lock the legs together. Or if you want a deeper way to come into this shape, you can cross the right ankle over the left. Just notice and observe what serves you. How you feel good. How you feel this release. Just continue to breathe. Just continue to be here in the present moment. This practice of being in the present moment, when we are able to apply it in this time with ourselves, imagine how much we can apply this to other areas of our life. Like when we are with our loved ones, how we can listen more, not just hear. When we can really see, look them in the eyes, notice the shifts in their body. Notice what their body is saying and not saying. Notice the changes in them. Notice how they truly, truly feel. And this can only be possible when we are truly with them in the present moment. Being with them with our whole being. Sometimes we are there physically but not really mentally. Our mind is somewhere else. Or emotionally, we bring in that moment hurt, pain, carried over from the past instead of feeling the joy that the present moment gives, the contentment, the satisfaction. Try to relax your face and neck. You can gaze towards the ceiling or towards the left shoulder. Just relax and soften. Just continue to breathe. We'll slowly take a breath, a deep, long breath. And when you're ready, we'll bring the arms back to center, followed by the legs. Please don't rush. Just do this slowly. You can leave your arms up and overhead or beside you, wherever it feels good to rebound, to bring our tissues back into their normal shapes. On your next breath, can you please step your feet on the mat? Can you lift your hips up, transfer the hips over to the right side. Make sure that both butt cheeks are flat on the mat. as you extend your legs to the lower left side. Can you bring your arms up and overhead, and your left hand grabs the right wrist, points your arms to the upper left. So your legs and your arms are on the left, the hips remain on the right. You may wish to cross your legs, your right ankle over the left leg, or if it feels better to come deeper into this shape by placing that left ankle above the right leg. What's important here is that you find your edge, that tolerable edge, not that intense edge. That edge wherein you can stay still, that edge wherein it is sustainable to wait for time. Around 5 minutes in this shape, 4 to 5 minutes. Just relaxing, just softening, just being here with ourselves, practicing mindfulness, awareness, patience, love and compassion. It's good to practice and fill ourselves with all of these good things, these beautiful aspects of life that would be perfect if we can share it with others. But the only way we can share it is when we are able to fill ourselves with it. We cannot give love if love is absent in our lives. We can share peace when our lives are not peaceful. And sometimes it's not really a matter of changing everything in our lives before we try to bring in that peace, that love. Sometimes it's how we see things, the meaning that we place on circumstances, people, the past. Feel the space on the right side of your body. Feel the softness envelop your body. Release any tension as we release the tightness. Just be calm. Slowly we'll allow our arms to come back to center. Take a deep, long breath. And then the legs will follow back to center. Arms can be up and overhead or beside us. We just rest here for a few moments, allowing our body to rebound. Can you please bend your knees and hug the knees to the chest? Can you gently bring the arms out to the sides, and we'll slowly come down, bringing our knees to the right. You can adjust the hips to create the space you need. You can also support your knees with props. Arms can be beside you like a letter T or up and overhead. You can gaze towards the ceiling or towards the left shoulder. And just breathe here in this moment. It's nice to connect with our mind and heart. What determines in life if something is possible or impossible? It's usually the mind and the heart. The mind concluding if something is possible or not, and the heart if we're willing to muster enough courage and will to make things possible for our lives. Just connect within. Connect to the inner wisdom, the inner resourcefulness, the inner kindness, the inner intelligence that we all have. Let go of any conditioning from the environment, from other people. Let go of all the external pressures and influences. Just try to use this time to connect within. Be more conscious of thoughts, sensations, emotions. These are ways to connect more with your body. As we connect within our body, you'll notice how you're really able to feel your inner life, what is really going on inside of us. Patterns, tendencies, habits, beliefs, assumptions that we can use the power of our mind, of our heart, to let go of if it's no longer relevant to the current circumstance, or new ones to try to develop in us. If we need to go somewhere else, if we need to make changes in our lives. We can only achieve different results if we do things differently. Slowly we'll bring our arms beside us. We'll gently bring the knees back to center, and then we'll hug the knees to the chest. You can transfer your props over to the left side, and we'll slowly allow our knees to come down on the left side. You can adjust the hips, you can adjust the height of the knees or the position. You can fix props as needed, especially if there's space below or in between the legs. Arms just out on the sides like a letter T, or up and overhead. If you cannot connect within, it's difficult to manage your own battles. It will be a challenge also being there effectively for others. We'll get easily swayed and overwhelmed with all the suffering around us. We must really discover ways to live, ways to develop internal strength to handle all the suffering within and around us. If we can't handle all the suffering within, how can we help others in their suffering? How can we be there for others? So the practice of mindfulness is not selfish. It's not only for ourselves. Yes, it's there to help you, but it's also there to help others. It's there to help you and others suffer less. When we're able to manage our emotions, our stress, our tension, we'll also be able to manage how we carry ourselves. We do not unconsciously take out all the stress and tension to others. And thus the importance of relaxing, of grounding, of practicing mindfulness. And once you do, you're able to generate that feeling of joy, of happiness within. And once you're able to draw out that happiness and joy within, it's much easier to give it to others. Taking care of ourselves this way is the best gift that we can give ourselves and even others. That gift of presence that we give ourselves is such an important gift, yearning that others would benefit from. Who doesn't want to be with someone who is fully there, fully present, making that effort to connect? Being there 100%, listening, looking at your eyes, feeling you, maybe even experiencing the same beat of the heart. Slowly bring the arms beside you and gently bring the knees back to center. We'll hug the knees to the chest. And when you're ready, we'll extend our legs. If you can try to grab a pillow or a bolster, you can place it under the legs, under the knees. That should feel really good. Place your arms beside you, palms facing up. We just let go. We take rest in our Savasana. Can you take a long, deep breath? Can you introduce movements to your fingers and toes? Can you gently rotate your wrists and your ankles? And can you move your head from side to side? Can you bring your arms up overhead, bring the legs together, point the toes, give yourself a nice long stretch. Can you bend your knees and allow the knees to come down on the left side? Use your left arm as a pillow around your back. Come into this fetal position. And when you're ready, can you use your right hand? Slowly push your body to come up. We'll come into a comfortable cross-legged seated position. Can you place your palms together in heart center? Can you rub the palms together vigorously? Create that heat. And then can you place the palms on top of your eyes as you inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Can you do that again? Rub the palms together vigorously. Create some heat. Place the palms on top of your eyes. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Last one again. Rub the palms together. Create that static energy. This time we're going to inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. So place the palms on top of your eyes, on top of your face. Feel the heat and then inhale through the nose. And exhale through the nose. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. I wish you an abundance of wealth, health, happiness, peace, love, joy, all the good things to flow into your hearts, into your lives, and into your homes. Please stay safe. Please stay strong. Namaste. Thank you.